Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Sabotage from DPS HQ. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. We've got the new Gauntlet out, and our Necro is currently sitting in position 556. That's with only 2 quick runs that I've done with him now, with a couple of the changes that we've made, and he's doing very, very, very well. So I just wanted to take you guys through the build, and then we'll go and just quickly run a quick run at the beginning of the Gauntlet. I mean, you can watch the whole thing if you want. We'll run the whole thing all the way through so you can see. And we'll see where we sit after this next run. So, starting off with the Seneschal, just to get him out of the way. Flash of Adrenaline, Tempest. On Tempest, you want Arcing, Efficiency, and Braking. Arcing to hit more people, Efficiency so that it gives you the critical strike chances, and then Braking so that you can make things vulnerable. It helps so you don't have to use your Bone Spears to make everything vulnerable. Flash of Adrenaline, usual stuff. Tactical Duration, make it last longer, make the cooldown last less. And then Safeguard to give you a bit of damage reduction. It helps having that on, especially since we're going to be dropping everything we can, and we're going to sit around 8,000 armor while we're running the Gauntlet. So that is your Seneschal construct. Jumping into here, this hasn't changed. So you've got Defenders, Mages of Bone, Golems is Iron. That's the usual stuff. There's all the reasons before it. If you want to have a quick look, that's for your Resistances. That's for your... oh, well, whoops, we ran overpower damage there by mistake. Let's just change that to Vulnerable. Sorry, you want that one there. So you want Cold Mages, which will give you the vulnerable damage, and then you want Golems, which is running critical strike damage. So that's what you want there. We're going to go through the skill tree very, very quickly. 2 points up the top for no particular reason, because we need to move on. 3 into Unliving, 3 into Imperfectly Balanced. Max out Bone Spear, go all the way up so that your first one makes enemies vulnerable. It just helps out with Supernatural. This is because of Black River that it's up at 6, but you want Huge Flesh Max. Black River will give you another 3. I use 1 in here while we're running around outside. While we're running the Gauntlet, we do not use anything here at all, because then we can open up things and we can use our X button to be able to just go and grab stuff and hit stuff and open chests and do everything without accidentally going into Blood Mist. You want 1 in Corpse Explosion and go all the way through to Plague so that you just hit bigger when you've got it. You want 3 in Grim Harvest, and you want 3 in Fueled by Death, and you get the extra 2 from Black River. You want 3 in Death's Approach. I've got 6 because I've got it on the Amulet, which is going to give you movement speed. That's what you really want to be looking for when you're running the Gauntlet. 3 in Amplified Damage, so you got Decrepify all the way through. You get a little bit more amplified damage, and Decrepify will hit your cooldowns a bit quicker. Coming into here, 1 into Corpse Tendrils. Yes, only 1, and it's got 10 on there. That's just because of our pants that we were using. It actually goes higher with the other pants. But because we've got ranks to Corpse skills, I believe it's on our Amulet and on Black River, and take that out to Plagued, obviously, for the vulnerable. Then you want to come down here, 1 into Serration, 3 into Compound, 3 into Evulsion. If you can find ranks on Evulsion, it's really good because you just hit harder. Obviously, you want your Standalone and your Memento Mori. If you want to be able to take some stuff out anywhere, you can take it away from Standalone while you're running the Gauntlet, because you don't need all that damage reduction. And you can put it into Inspiring Leader for your attack bonuses so that you can actually attack faster while you're in the Gauntlet. Take your Bone Storm all the way through to Supreme, as usual, and then hit your Ossified Essence. Now, you'll notice that on the usual build, we were running Melted Heart of Selig, and we were running a different set of pants. Here, we're going to be running Tibalt's Will. We've changed this up for the Gauntlet, specifically for the Gauntlet. So this is where you're going to see things change out a little bit as well. Now, when we go across to gear, most of this is the same as the other Necro. So Deathless Visage for the extra little pops that it does. This is where you're going to do Bone Storm, giving you the barrier, so your Shielding Storm. This is going to have your attack speed, your critical strike. All of this stays the same. Ranks to Bone Spear, the Ossified Essence. We swap out our regular pants that we had. Actually, let me show you here in the comparison. We swap out our regular pants that we had, and we put on Tibalt's Will. And the reason we put on Tibalt's Will is you'll notice that our regular pants had a lot of damage reduction. We don't really need all that right now, and we don't need Juggernauts because the Gauntlet is very, very easy. You're not really going to die in there. But the Tibalt's Will has got 24% damage. You get some more maximum resource, which is neither here nor there, but you get the 40x multiplicative when you are unstoppable. That really helps with the bosses in the Gauntlet. Going down a bit further, you want movement speed on your boots. Obviously, I've got movement speed. There's a couple of ranks of Corpse Tendrils, and I've got Metamorphosis with a 5-second cooldown, which is great because we have 4 evades. So we can Metamorphosis and get ourselves around. Black River is Black River for the Corpse Explosions. It helps a lot, especially in the Gauntlet. When you hit a bunch of things and you keep running, the Corpse Explosions blow up and they kill everything. And then you want your lidless wall, which is going to give you your bone storms that are going to be all over the place. That just helps keeps your damage reduction up a little bit since we're dropping our armor down so high. And it also helps with keeping your crit strike up. This is the big one. So when your crit strike is up and your attack speed is up, you can attack quicker and you can crit a lot more often. Now, I have Ring of Starless Skies. Yes, I managed to get it. No, you don't have to run with it. Why? Because it gives you a little bit of extra damage. But if you run a standard ring, and then you go into your codex, you can actually run the aspect of Torment, which is going to get you essence regeneration a lot quicker, or you can run exposed flesh, which is going to give you essence when hitting vulnerable enemies, and all your enemies are always vulnerable. So make sure you understand that. If you don't have Starless, run a ring with anything like that, and just make sure on your ring you've got crit strike damage, crit strike chance, maybe a bit of lucky hit, and then you can obviously get something like maximum life, or you can get something like maximum resource or something along those lines. It will literally work just as good. Don't worry about it. It will work just as good. You probably lose 10% in beating some of these bigger bosses. You won't even notice it. Sacrilegious for the auto explodes and auto corpse tendrils. And then I have swapped away from the melted heart. Yes, it made us feel almost immortal, but with this I've got ranks to death's approach. I've got ranks to movement speed. I'm not crowd controlled as often, and I get the 30% extra crit strike chance and 60x crit strike damage, so that helps a lot. I've tested it against the Melted Heart. Melted Heart was great running around in the open world and running in tier 100 so you don't die. In the Gauntlet, you want something like this where you've got your Grasping Veins, which is going to give you much, much better abilities to hit. And then we're going to just jump into our Paragon, which has stayed pretty much exactly the same. We haven't touched anything here, so I'm just going to run through this very quickly because you'll find it on our other build, and I'm actually going to link the other build. I'm going to link the other build from Mobalytics in here, just so you can see how the build is done. But watch this video, because I don't want to rebuild the entire Mobalytics thing just for the Gauntlet. It takes a long time to put it all together. So watch this video, see the 1 or 2 little minute changes that we have made through this video. But even if you run it exactly as I've got it on the build with Mobalytics, and just change out into Tibalt's Will and change the necklace to be the necklace that I've got, you'll notice that it's actually really, really good. So open board with Sacrificial because it now works properly. Increased damage when you have no active minions, so that's really, really good. Then we come into Bone Graft. We take Bone Graft, we put Exploit into here, so we're just getting across to that. We do want to pick up these rare nodes for the max essence, the critical strike damage, and the critical strike chance. From there, we come out here and we come into Flesh Eater, and I'll let you see exactly how that board is built. In Flesh Eater, we want to put Amplify, so that your curse skills get a little bit of an extra hit. Then we come up here and we put Control into the Scent of Death board. So this is damage reduction when there is with no corpses, and when there is corpses, you deal more damage. So you start off doing less damage, but you get damage reduction. Well, sorry, you start off when 2 corpses are next to you, get damage reduction. So when you're fighting, you get damage reduction, but to start the fight, you do more damage. And you take the couple of rare nodes that are here for damage to healthy and for your critical strike damage there as well. Then we're going to come up into this board over here, and we are going to put Imbiber for damage while healthy. And we max this out because we're always healthy, and that's just a heap of damage, absolute monstrous amounts of damage. So you see I've got 20,000 here. If I go across and if I take Imbiber out, we are at 13. So Imbiber does give you quite a large sum of damage, and it also means that you're going to hit a lot harder while you're healthy. And then we pop into the last board over here, and we put in the Essence Glyph for critical strike damage. And sorry, the board that we're using is the Bloodbath board. So we're just coming up here because it's really, really quick, and you can get all the dexterity really quick. So you do, you can get 49 dexterity here, which will give you 194 critical strike damage. A lot of the other Paragon boards that I'm seeing that are out there are in the 160s, 170s for critical strike damage. I think having that extra damage there is really, really good. So that's your Paragon board. And now if we go across, let's just take a quick run in here and see how we go. I'm not going to use any of the cheats. I'm not going to use any of the things. There is nothing that I'm doing here which is going to be anything outside of just running an actual gauntlet. I don't want to try and do the things that other people are doing where they're running in with all this extra, all these extra things that they're getting beforehand with their, it's just not, it's not right. It's not right. If you're going to run it properly and just see where you come properly. We were sitting at 531 earlier today. We've dropped back a little bit, so obviously some people have come in and they've come better than us. But as we go in, here we go. We start hitting Marauder. We just quickly Metamorphosis out of the way. Gives us the extra damage, and you can see how quick he goes down. grab that shrine, gives you this. Beautiful. I don't know the best ways for this, guys. I'm going to admit that now. I really haven't had a chance to run through this gauntlet to figure out the best ways to run around. So I'm literally just running and just taking my risks and taking my chances with it. So we run down here, we just shoot our shoot out to everything. There's boss number 2. We've still got our shrine, which is really, really great. Now we grab this second shrine, come up here, start hitting everything, and you can see, like, as we're running around, you can see exactly what I was talking about with the automated corpse explosions hitting everything. They're just killing everything behind us. So as we start to hit things like this, corpse tendrils is grabbing stuff, and corpse explosions is just blowing it all up. So we are doing quite well. It's actually really, really fun to be able to run the gauntlet and know that things behind you are actually dying before they even have a chance to get anywhere. I'm not going to use that revive just yet. We're going to run up here. I'm going to save that revive for a little bit later. We're going to keep our Bone Storm on. I'm going to throw it back on again just in case, because there are times where you don't have enemies and you really do need them. You really need enemies around because you really want to be creating more corpses constantly. You want to be hitting things constantly. So we are coming up here. We're not going to use this revive either just now. We are going to continue down a little bit further so we know we can come back and get some revives over here. And this is how we run our gauntlet. So there's another one up here. What's this one going to be? Is this points? That's another revive. So let's just get rid of everyone up there. So it's good to know that we've got another revive out there. I'll run through. And that's why you need to keep your Bone Storm up, because you can actually get hit. This is why we want our Bone Storm that badly. Okay, and there we go. So that's that. Now we're just going to quickly run back up here. I'm going to try and get this revive and then go back and run through all the bosses again. There we go. Footing. A lot of things happening here. Want to try and get out of the danger zone quickly. Okay, here's the boss. Just waiting for the Tibalts to come back up. There we go. Let's grab the extra shrine here. And then we start running back. We want to go try kill all those other bosses again. You can see everything blowing up behind us. We're going to just run down this way now. Shoot ahead. Come down. We are going to just quickly move out of the way. Okay, so we've got a couple of keys as well. We're going to just quickly grab something. This is all running decently well so far. Again, just want to remind everybody, I have no idea which way is a good way to run. We are just going to run around and just kill what we can, where we can, and hope for the best. So kill everything out there, shoot some stuff down that way, kill everything down there. There's a key up over there, so we're going to just quickly run up this way. We're going to grab this key. And it looks like we've got a chest down here as well. Now I know there's some big chests up the other way. So what we're going to try and do is kill everything here. And we'll hit the revive. Probably shouldn't have. But again, I'm not 100% sure on where everything is yet. I've literally run this thing 2 times. But you can see what I mean about having Bone Storm up. You want to make sure that it is always up. You want to make sure that you've always got it reviving and going around, because you do not want to die. Dying will be a very, very bad thing. I believe you lose a fair amount of points for it. So this is how we are going through this gauntlet. There's that big chest that we were talking about, and I've got no keys for it now. So that kind of sucks. We'll know where that is, and we'll know to come back to it afterwards. So let's go down this way now. Let's go kill some stuff down here. There we go, we've got him. We'll take this. Take this gauntlet, this shrine, sorry, over here. So we're still sitting on no keys. Don't know where all these keys have gone all of a sudden, but looks like we've got a key down here, so we can get this big chest, which is always a bonus. The big guys have popped out there. There's another key there. So I'm just going to grab this little chest.
I need more time.
And this is all going to come down to skill, guys, again, because I haven't actually looked at this this gauntlet all the way through. I haven't run it all the way through. I haven't actually looked at where this works and how this works and where all the keys and everything are exactly. So it does make it a little bit harder. I would suggest that you always take a look through the gauntlet, take a look through where all the enemies are, and try and find the best ways to run around, because you will get bigger scores. It literally comes down to that. So now we're going to try and quickly kill the big spider here. There we go. And take her out. Grab this. A couple of elites have come out. This is beautiful. Shoot down the end of the screen there. So you can see why and how this works so well, because you can just shoot and run. Shoot and let your corpse tendrils and let your corpse explosions take care of everything. We're going to try and take care of some of the big guys over here now. Okay, we're getting her. Yeah, we're getting there. Oh, another one bites dust. We've got 20 seconds. Are we going to make it to another boss? I highly doubt it. So let's just run around and try and kill everything that we can kill. Let's shoot up, let's shoot down, let's shoot everywhere. We made it into a whole bunch of elites. I don't think I'm going to make it to the boss in 6 seconds. But there we go. That's the gauntlet. That's how it's run. Let's go take a quick look. I don't think we got 350. Yeah, we didn't better our score that time, but we got into 300 from what I saw. But that's basically it, guys. So you can run that obviously a lot better. You can see the way the gauntlet's laid out. There are people who are putting things up on how to run it better, so you can run up this way, kill the bosses, come around this way, grab all the bosses around here, and then you can actually hit some of these shrines, clear this place out multiple times, come back around this way when you've got multiple keys to hit all 3 of these chests. So there is much better ways to run it. But I just thought I'd show you guys that because, you know, this is exactly what it is. It's gotten us to a 559 position, which is pretty damn good for something that's just been thrown together and was an immortal necro. Building him up, we've managed to get him into a good spot. So I've been Sabotage. This is DPS HQ. Guys, we really love if you want to watch these videos and if you want to see us do more of them and do more builds, or you want to see us do more of anything, really. Like the video, share the video. We'd really love you to subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you any time. All you got to do is hit a button, and it helps us out and it allows us to start doing more videos and putting more content out there. So I really hope you like this video. I really hope you like the new Necro and the couple of updates we've done to him. If you ever do want to swap him back, swap your pants from the Tybalt's Will back to the original Evades and Juggernauts, and you're running Nightmare 100s all over again. It's literally that easy. So enjoy, guys. Have a great afternoon, and we'll catch you on the next one.